Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. And here on this live stream, you are gonna get a very nice hour of some improvised live looping, all vocals. That's what you're hearing right now. Everything you're hearing right now. This is all vocals. Everything you're hearing right now. Gonna be building up this beat some more. It's gonna be really nice. We might bring in the synth a little bit, separate from the loopers. We might even talk about some stuff. Who knows what you're going to get here in this exclusive studio session. It's called know what it is. Speaking of my regulars, with us we have got my Logify and Marky. If you are new to the Reconsider It live stream, welcome! You made the right decision joining us. We want you here. Right now, my friends, we are in a warm-up phase. We are just hanging out and getting the blood flowing. We are just getting accustomed and familiar to this foundation of a beat upon which I will build more beat over the course of the next however amount of time that we are here together today. And as we are here in this warm-up phase, I need to celebrate. I need to celebrate you. Thank you for being here. Whether you are here with us live in the chat, whether you are here with us live but you are not in the chats, whether you are here with us after the live, you are with us on replay. However it is that you are here with us, thank you for being here. I am going to celebrate you at this time in this way. I have got my drink. I am going to count to 3 and I'm going to clank. You are invited to join the rest of us as we cheers along and celebrate our togetherfulness. And it all begins, my friends, on 1, 2. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh man, that's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Please share this video. Please leave a comment. Friends, we have got a tinker stream on our hands. This is really good. This is really good. Marky has won the very sought after and highly prized first comment of the stream to be pinned to the screen or to be displayed on the screen. Friends, to the degree that this is indeed a tinker stream, I am compelled and obligated. It is incumbent upon me to build up this beat more, and I am now going to do that. Culture, I guess, as of this recording. January. July. July 25th, 2026. That is the time of this recording. Or rather, that is the date of this recording. Culturally, the biggest thing on my mind right now, my regulars know, I'm really into comic book stuff. And at this time, there's like a bunch of comic book things happening. In terms of the, like live action media. And even live action adjacent. And I'm all excited about a lot of those things. Within the past couple of weeks, we've been getting a new season and new episodes of the X-Men 97 animated series, Season 2. which is exciting because that cartoon was awesome. Watching the X-Men cartoon back in the 90s, that was awesome. And so Marvel/Disney had the genius idea of resurrecting that old X-Men cartoon from the 90s and playing on the nostalgia of people in my age group who also love comic book stuff, or at least that particular X-Men cartoon. And really just play into the nostalgia of that. Because most comic book stuff is indeed for a relatively narrow target audience that I'm in. I was into comics mostly in the 90s, and then I still liked comics after that. I just stopped reading them regularly. I would read comics more sporadically going into the 2000s and the 2000 teens. I would get the paperback or trade paperback from the public library and just read certain titles, whatever they had, really. I shouldn't say that. I would be limited by whatever they had, and I chose from that. But it was a good amount. They generally had a lot of the titles I was interested in. Anyway. I was going somewhere, or was I? I think I was just making the point about how comic book stuff, for the general audience, I think there was a good 10 years there where the Marvel Cinematic Universe was popular to the general audience. And then when it came to its natural conclusion in Avengers Endgame, things kind of fell off with the general population. I still loved all of it. And all the other stuff, too. All the other comic book stuff. Because I just love comic stuff. But anyway, because there was that fall in viewership, I guess, it looks like Marvel/Disney made the wise decision. I'm guessing here. I don't know. Looks like they said, hey, look, comics maybe aren't for the general population after Avengers Endgame. Let's make sure we just really target the real audience here. Which are people who used to read comics back in the 90s or whatever. And into all that older stuff. The hardcore lifelong fans. Let's give them some X-Men 97. They made such a wise decision with that. And anyway, all this is to say, that cartoon, X-Men 97, has been coming out recently. Season 2, and every, Tuesday, I think it is? A new episode comes out. So that's cool. I'm happy about that. Also, in terms of comic book stuff, other cool things happening now. The new Spider-Man movie is coming out this Friday. I'm really excited about that. Spider-Man, what are they calling it? New Day, a brand new day. Spider-Man, brand new day. And I think they did a pretty good job in terms of trailers and online reveals because there's a number of mysterious things going on in the movie. It's not clear who the villain is. There's one actor who it's not clear who she's playing. It's not even really clear what the plot of the movie is. So I think they're doing a pretty good job with the marketing. Going into it a couple of days early. My thoughts are the following. My thoughts are that I've gone back and forth in terms of seeing trailers and hearing fan theories. So I don't really know. But at the present moment, my current, wonderings, it looks like he's getting Peter Parker, that is. It looks like Peter Parker is getting the symbiote. And that's why he's having these transformational changes physically in organic web shooters. Looks like he's probably getting the symbiote. Especially since the prior Spider-Man film had the Venom symbiote at the end of it. So it looks like he's getting the symbiote. Some fan theories say that he gets the symbiote to heal from some kind of fatal injury at the end of the movie. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like that to me. It seems like a lot of the trailers focus on this transformation that he's going through with upscaled power levels and aggression and, as I said, organic web shooters. And it looks like the symbiote. Black eyes. So that's one thing that I don't know that, I would wager anything on that. But it looks like that to me. I'm not necessarily expecting that. But if it is that, I won't be surprised. As far as the villain, people say there's some actor cast in a mystery role, and they think it's him. Someone playing the Jackal. The Jackal being another one of these scientists who experimented on himself and is into genetic mutations. And so the Jackal is causing these genetic mutations in Peter, and that's why there's all that other stuff that I was talking about earlier. Everything I said, because of this, that's why I think the symbiote. Other people say, no, that's because the mystery villain is the Jackal and he did some kind of experiment on Peter. And now it's triggering the man-spider protocol. So I don't know, maybe it's that? Who knows? As far as the mystery villain, it could be that Jackal character. I will not be surprised if it's Ned who becomes the Hobgoblin. especially because he no longer remembers Peter. And in the previous movie, he said, "Don't worry, I'll never, turn on you and become a villain and try to kill you." It's like, all right, well, that's the most obvious kindergarten foreshadowing that anyone's ever done. Doesn't mean it's going to be this movie, but they show him making like a Spider-Man tracker. So they show him kind of obsessing over Spider-Man. He has like a whole wall of Spider-Man tracking stuff. It looks like he's going to become the Hobgoblin. There was also some promotional interview I saw with the actor who plays Ned, which is Peter's best friend in the movies. If you don't recognize the name Ned. And in this promotional interview, that actor said something like, "Oh yeah, I thought I was going to become the villain in the third movie." He was talking like him becoming the villain was just like very much an ordinary topic of discussion. As far as the prominent actress Sadie Sink, who I don't know, I guess she played in some other stuff. I don't know actors in general. People say that she's going to be Jean Grey because there's this like body hopping, mind throwing. Other people say Rachel Summers, which is Jean Grey's daughter with similar powers. I heard some people say Spider-Woman, which would be a little more appropriate for the Spider-Man movies. There was one Spider-Woman who had psychic powers, so that might make sense. I'm in the camp of people who say Jean Grey doesn't make any sense. But, the Marvel movies are not necessarily predictable like that. Sometimes they do things like that. So I don't think it's that weird. But it definitely doesn't. It seems really out of place to have Jean Grey just randomly in a Spider-Man movie, especially before mutants have even been introduced into the MCU. Unless it has to do with a follow-up on the whole like merging of multiverse thing that happened at the end of the previous Spider-Man movie. And she comes from some parallel universe, and like that's what this is all about. Like, then maybe I could see that. But I don't know. So that's a pretty good mystery. We just don't have enough information to know what's going on with that. I don't get the vibe that she's the villain, though. From the trailers and other promotional interviews and things. So that's coming out this Friday, and I'm excited about that. I like comic book stuff. And then soon after that, in mid-August, Is it August 16th? Is that what it is? So like 3 weeks from now. The HBO series Lanterns comes out, which I am much excited about. The whole Lanterns, Green Lantern mythos is my favorite comic book thing. I like DC in general, and within DC, the Green Lantern stuff is my favorite stuff. So it looks like they're doing a real solid production of some kind of Green Lantern thing to introduce Green Lanterns into the new James Gunn DC universe. And while some of the storyline sounds questionable, it sounds like they're going to kill Hal Jordan right away, which sucks, because he's like the original main Green Lantern. Not technically the original first, but like main continuity, he's the original Green Lantern. But there's another cool whole thing they could be doing with him that they probably are, which is he becomes this like huge universe level threat. And they probably are going to be doing that rather than killing him outright. If so, that's cool. I'm there for that. It would have been cool to have him for a little bit, but if they just introduce him so that they can make him that huge threat called Parallax, that'd be awesome. I'd be so interested in that. Anyway, that show's coming out soon, and it's supposedly the same production level. If you have seen the HBO series The Penguin that came out like in 2025, I believe. If you saw that show, The Penguin, it's that level. The Penguin is like maybe one of the best TV shows I've seen ever. If not ever, then certainly in a long time. That was awesome. That show was great. If you've not seen The Penguin, that is worth investing your time in. It doesn't have anything to do with... it is a character from the comics, The Penguin. But it really has... You don't have to have any background in comics. You don't even have to be interested in comics. It's just an awesome show. It's a mob show. And supposedly Lanterns will be like that in its level of quality, its writing and production. I'm very much looking forward to it. So that's coming out, that TV series comes out in, what was it, 3 weeks or something? We don't know much about the plot of that one. But Hal is training Jon Stewart. We're getting a complicated relationship between Hal and Sinestro, which is just exactly what we need. And so maybe Hal and Sinestro isn't yet with his yellow core and everything. He's just a prisoner. So maybe they're doing something like Hal becomes Parallax. And then after Hal is, defeated by the rest of the heroes, then Sinestro comes in and takes the Parallax energy and makes the Sinestro core. That's possible. That would be a pretty dope retelling of that whole mythos. But we don't know whether that's where it's going. I'm just saying that would be cool. So Lanterns is coming out. So this is going to be a cool, month. Because there's still a couple more X-Men episodes coming out. Then Spider-Man this weekend. Then Lanterns for, 6 or 8 episodes. I hope 8. And they're, more than an hour each. That'd be great. And then in a couple of months, we're getting another 2 cool things. We're getting Clayface, another cool movie from DC. which is a body horror, and it's for the Batman character Clayface. Live action body horror. It does look pretty gross as the character becomes, it's his origin story. He becomes Clayface. If you're not familiar with Clayface, he's this shapeshifter, but he's a shapeshifter because he's just this like amorphous blob of mud-like, clay-like, goopiness. And so the movie that's coming out, I think October, another 2 or 3 months from now, it shows him after this like experimental chemical was injected into him, that his body just starts sort of like melting and falling apart, and he's struggling. He's like, what's happening to me? And eventually, by the end we see that he fully transforms into the shape-shifting mud monster. So that's going to be really cool to see that. That is a strength, I think, of James Gunn's direction under the DCU, is that there's very, very different tonal styles. His Superman movie was really like upbeat and almost childish in some ways. Lanterns is going to be very serious in tone, very adult. The Peacemaker stuff is kind of a joke, but it also has his Peacemaker stuff has some actually rather serious adult stuff in it too. And then now we're gonna get Clayface, and Clayface is just body horror. It's like all these different genres. So that's cool that he's doing it like that. So we're getting Clayface. That's another cool thing in a couple of months. Another comic book thing that's coming out. And then some point in the autumn, I think, question mark, we're getting Vision Quest from Marvel, which is Vision. There was I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, there was the TV series, the Marvel TV series WandaVision, which was all about Scarlet Witch, and she was having a mental breakdown, and she like fabricated a whole city. And that sort of continued into the series Agatha All Along. And now it's going to continue again into this series Vision Quest, which is going to be about the White Vision. The White Vision is like the real original Vision, but all his like memories and his life as the android who was an Avenger, all that was just wiped out, and so he's just left as this robotic android. And that was the last we heard of Vision. And now it's picking up there because he got the Hex's vision to download his humanity into the robot. So now the robot has this like, what are these memories that have been downloaded into me? And I guess we're going to see that for however many episodes, 9 episodes or something? So that's happening in October or November or something around there. And then in December we get Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, which I'm really excited about again. Because whereas I said Green Lantern stuff is my favorite comic book like area, the Lantern mythos is my favorite comic book mythos. along similar lines, Doom, the character Doom, Dr. Doom, I always make a very bold statement about Doom, and it is the following. Doom is the greatest character in all of fiction. I'm very comfortable just laying that straight out. Doom is the greatest character in all of fiction. And so we're getting Doom in the MCU, finally. We're getting a Dr. Doom in the MCU. So I'm really looking forward to that. All signs point to it being a very dope experience. We also don't know a lot about Doomsday just yet. We got a couple of trailers and there's some additional promotional material that reveals some other things. Something about a multiversal collapse, which is what has been happening with Marvel. All of its different, not very successful movies and TV shows, plus all the other Marvel content. The X-Men universes from the early 2000s. The Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universes. The old Hulk universes. All of that stuff. The whole idea of the multiverse. All of that is just, it was confusing for the audience. Some of it was not really working, not very financially successful. Some of it was just old and not being used, like the old X-Men universes. But now all of it's acquired by Marvel. And so Doomsday and I think the subsequent content, the subsequent Avengers films, Secret Wars, and maybe another one. I heard there might be 3 parts to it, ? But supposedly what we're getting is just all of it being merged down and collapsed into a single, easier to keep track of universe moving forward. I accidentally clicked record there. That was pretty nice. So anyway, we don't know much about the Doomsday movie, other than it seems to be something like all of these multiverse stuff, all these multiverses, all these different universes collapsing down. And it's sort of fourth wall-y, because they're addressing the audience complaints about the multiverse everything. But they're also just doing something they probably should do, which is bring everything together into a single canon. It's really dope. It's a dope concept. And for Doom to be the character who ushers this all in, that's really dope. And of course they're building on the Secret Wars storyline, in which something like this happens. Different worlds get stitched together, and Doom is the emperor of it. So they're building heavily upon that storyline, or they're drawing heavily from that storyline, I understand. While also just writing new content. They got the same guys who wrote the whole Infinity War Endgame thing, all the Thanos battle stuff. They're bringing those directors and producers back, or writers, or whatever they are, the Russo brothers. So that's who's creating the Doomsday and everything. Secret Wars. So it'll be good writing. It'll be mindful of bringing in and tying together everything that needs to be brought in and tied together. They say they're also writing it in a way that if you aren't a comic nerd like me, who just memorizes all this stuff and feels like it's real, like there really is these Marvel characters, out there somewhere, rather than completely fictional. If you're just more of a casual moviegoer, they say that they're writing it that you can still get everything you need out of it also without catching every little nuance and detail and every little subtle conversation that happens. What it's a reference to. Or rather, it's just going to be watchable, and even if you're not caught up with every little detail of everything. So I'm excited about this Doomsday movie another 6 months from now. Just a little less than 6 months ago, actually. Or a little less than 6 months from now, actually. I had not been caught up on the chat here, and I see Observer of Thoughts and Marky were talking about also looking forward to watching some stuff. The Lanterns trailer looks really dope. There's a couple trailers. They just released a new trailer a couple days ago. We get more Sinestro in it. Oh, it's going to be so dope. We get some more just seeing Hal use the ring. If you're not familiar with Green Lantern stuff, the basic premise is there's this intergalactic, I guess you could say, law enforcement order called the Green Lanterns, and they have a ring. It's just a bunch of select individuals from around the universe, different alien species and stuff, and they all have a ring. Each individual has a ring, and that ring is generally regarded in the DC universe as being one of the most formidable weapons in existence. The ring bearer, it just generates what the ring bearer is willing into existence. So somebody who is very strong-minded and willful would be a good Green Lantern, or at least would be able to wield the Green Lantern ring effectively. Somebody who doesn't have a strong will, or somebody who is prone to fear or anxiety, would not be able to use a Green Lantern ring very well. That's the idea of the superpower, quote unquote. So we're getting some more ring stuff, which looks cool. I'm looking forward to that. I confess I don't have a strong knowledge off the top of my head of what other comic book stuff is coming after Doomsday. I know we're getting another Superman movie in a year, next, like, June or something. June or July or something. And that Superman movie is going to be really more like a mini Justice League movie, they say. There's going to be a lot of characters in that one. There's going to be all the characters from the first movie. Namely, from the first Superman movie, we had Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner. We had Metamorpho. We had Lex Luthor. And supposedly, in this next Superman movie, we're getting all of them again. That full list I just said. Plus also Jon Stewart now as a Green Lantern. Plus also Blue Beetle is going to be in it. And that's the Blue Beetle from the movie a couple of years ago, which I liked a lot. Some people said they didn't like it. I was like, I don't know about that, man. That was a good movie. I like that. I'm happy that they're keeping that character. I heard they might have, so it's cool that he's coming back. And supposedly a few more characters that I'm not listing right now. I don't remember the full list, but it's going to be pretty packed. Oh, Supergirl is going to be in it. That movie also was controversial recently. It came out like a month and a half ago. Supergirl. Some people didn't like it. I liked it. I like old comic book stuff, though, so you have to, you know, don't fully take what I say about comic book content as though it is some predictor of whether you'll like it. I like all of it. So I like the Supergirl movie. I understand why some people didn't like it. It had some, not plot holes, but like not awesome writing. But again, I didn't really mind it. I like the Supergirl movie. Marky says he's not seen the Blue Beetle movie. That's worth a watch. It's certainly on HBO streaming service. Maybe not all, but most of the DC content is on the HBO streaming service. I'm not sure if Blue Beetle is on anything else. I liked it. I watched it more than once. I think that has good rewatch value. But I don't know, again, I think a lot of comic book movies have good rewatch value. I didn't really have a problem with anything in the Blue Beetle movie, honestly. It would have been cool if it had connected to other movies in some way, but I'm glad that it didn't, because if it had, at the time, it was still the previous DC movie universe with Zack Snyder, and that's not around anymore. So if it had connected to that stuff, then we wouldn't be able to use Blue Beetle currently like he's going to be used. But it was a good movie. It didn't need to be connected to everything else in any way. Marky says, he's gonna maybe give Blue Beetle a shot. It's good. Talking about it right now, I kind of want to watch it again. It's a very satisfying emotional journey, in addition to being just cool comic book stuff. They really souped him up too. They really powered him up. Like, he's going to be a really powerful character to bring into that movie. That next Superman movie, Man of Tomorrow, which is really more like a Justice League movie. They're going to have, supposedly, they're going to have Lex Luthor put on his battle armor, and he's going to join Earth's heroes to battle Brainiac, a Brainiac invasion. There's going to be like all sorts of awesome stuff going on. And that's next year. I'm not sure what else is coming out after that in terms of order of anything. I know that Marvel eventually, after they do Doomsday, a year from then, they're going to have the next Avengers, which is, I think it's meant to be Secret Wars right now. That's where everything is fully reset and rebooted into the new collapsed universe. But after Secret Wars, I'm not sure. I know eventually someday we're going to get in the DC action, we're going to get a Booster Gold show, TV show, which I'm excited about. I like Booster Gold. He's a really, he's not just comic relief. He actually brings something good to the table. The Booster Gold character brings something like, what would you say? Like a naive overconfidence that just woke up and realized it needs to like try hard at life. Something like that is what Booster Gold represents to me anyway. I don't think he's underutilized, but I think he's underknown outside of just, comic book readers. He never really got much publicity in the public domain, the popular sphere. So it's going to be cool to have a Booster Gold representation that the average person who's not into comics can easily consume. I hope they do a good job with it. So far, I think James Gunn's content is, even though some of the writing is questionable, I think, not even that much so, but just I see why some people question it. He does seem so far to be pretty good at characterizing the characters to who they are. Superman, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner. We got a good live action Guy Gardner. I'm really happy about that. I love Green Lantern stuff. We got a good live action guy. Peacemaker is a treasure as well. We got a good live action Peacemaker. Looking forward to the Lanterns, like I said. That's gonna be good. I'm trying to remember. I know there's gonna be a Swamp Thing occasionally, or not occasionally. Eventually, that's what I meant to say. There's gonna be a Swamp Thing. I don't know if it's a TV series. Probably a TV series. But I'm looking forward to that as well. That's supposed to be horror, like Clayface. We're gonna get some kind of Mr. Miracle canonical cartoon, just like we have Creature Commandos. We're gonna get another season of that, actually. If you haven't seen Creature Commandos, that's pretty fun. I would say fun, if you're into comic book stuff. If you're just like, you're not really into comic stuff and you're just looking for a show, like, you may or may not like it. I think it's well done, but you may or may not get into it. I liked it because it was comic book stuff, and I can't turn away from comic book stuff. Comic book stuff is my absolute favorite, let's say, like, entertainment. Fictional entertainment. Marky says he likes the Judge Dredd movies with Carl Urban. I don't know if I've seen that. I'm not familiar with the Judge Dredd universe. I know that it's a long-standing universe with a lot of rich story in it, but I don't know anything about it. I hear it's good. People who like it are like really ready to tell you all sorts of reasons why it's dope. Oh, there was also the Masters of the Universe movie that came out recently. That came out like a month or two ago. That was probably closer to 2 months ago. The new live-action Masters of the Universe. Man, I was very satisfied with that. There's so many, like, aware of itself, making fun of itself things, but while still being a good movie and still being, a nostalgia poke. When I was short and I was into He-Man stuff as a little boy in the 80s, that was one of the things on the menu. Was He-Man. I liked it, the movie. There's room for improvement, of course, but I thought it was good. Supposedly that's going to be another couple of movies. They're going to continue that story. I'm here for it. I'll watch it. That looks good. Friends, thank you for being here today. What a good experience this has been. We got this nice beat here. We got to have a very exciting discussion about comic book stuff, which I like a lot, for like a half hour. And all of this, it's so much better. It's so much better with you here. Friends, at this time we are going to do our closing cheers experience. This unifying ritual that you will look forward to so much. Here comes the fulfillment of what you're looking forward to, my friends. The closing cheers, it comes so much faster than the opening one. It goes like a 1, a 2, and clink. Cheers, my friends! Oh, that's so good and fulfilling, and the fulfillment of what's good and nice and good and I like, and it's good, and I like good things that are good and I like, and it's good. It's good and I like it. Please like this video. I hope to see you again in the next live stream. My regulars know We get together very often here at your favorite online hangout to have a good time together in a couple of different ways. Sometimes it's like today, where we got the loopers and I'm making some stuff and we just hang out and chat and talk about stuff. That's called Tinker Time. Other times we hang out and we do some mixing in a nice DAW session, mixing the loops from the loopers. Whatever kind of stream it is always a good time here with you. And my regulars know that we have the scheduled weekly stream every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern U.S. time zone. You can put that in your calendar. And my regulars know that we do it also a bunch of additional times every week at different days. It could be different days. It could be any time. Enable notifications now so that you can join us for those unscheduled streams. And whenever it is, my friends, whenever it is that you join us again, until then, please have a very good rest of your day today. Please allow yourself to receive all manner of goodness and blessing today. Please receive miraculous healing today. Please become more than when you gained awareness today. Please allow yourself to grow today. Please allow your horizons to be expanded today. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.